Oh hey, today we're going to be branching off from all the video gear content and spread our wings and talk about audio. Now guys, I'm a video guy, but if you're wondering on how you can up your game when it comes to video, if you can get clean, good sounding audio in your videos where you need it, it will take your videos to the next level. If you're like me, you will think that audio can be very confusing sometimes though, because you can't see audio. I mean, you can, but it's not like how you can see video, and I'm a very visual person. So when I find an audio solution that is simple, convenient, and versatile, I will start paying attention. That is why today we are going to be doing an in-depth review of the Hollyland Lark 150. In fact, I'm actually recording this entire video with the Lark 150. First, I'm going to give an overview of the Lark 150, and then I'm going to talk about its features, and then we'll finish off with stress testing this mic system so you can have an idea on what to expect if you decide to invest in this mic system. Oh, and for those who don't know, my name's Dustin, your audio tour guide. Please keep your arms and legs inside your chairs at all times. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Now let's start with disclosures. Hollyland did reach out to me and asked if I'd be interested in giving a review of their product. However, they don't have a say in my opinion of their product, and they don't get to see the video before it is released. So let's get started. First, the Lark 150 cost $280 at the making of this video. It comes with the audio system itself in this rectangular box, which includes 2 transmitters / mics and the little receiver. It also comes with 2 lav mics, a 3.5mm cable, and 2 little dead cats. Now, some of the cool things about this little system is that the transmitters can function without the mics themselves, but they can also act as a mic. The transmitters are also very simple. There is one button on them for muting the device by pressing the button once, and if you hold the button down, it will turn off the transmitter. The receiver is also extremely simple and has 2 dials / buttons, as well as a line out and headphone jack, so you can monitor the audio, and a power button as well. The dials control the output of both the mics and can also be muted by pressing the dial button. It's extremely easy to set up the system. When you remove everything from the box, it automatically turns on and connects to the transmitters. The transmitters also have a color indicator that you can see on the receiver so you know which side is connected to which mic. One color being teal and one color being blue. When you click the mute button as well, those colors will change yellow. Now the receiver has some useful settings to be aware of. To change between these settings, all you have to do is hold down one of the dial buttons. The first setting is the mono setting, which will mix both mics into both channels. Don't worry though, if you don't want that, there is also a stereo setting that will split the mics so they don't record into the same channel. But there is one more useful setting if you are only recording one person, and that is the ST mode. ST stands for safety track. And what it does is on one channel, it'll record your audio like normal. And then on the other channel, it will record the same audio, but with a -6 dB safety net. This is really nice because I didn't know about this setting when I recorded my previous video. Yes, I was trying to use these mics to test them, but the audio was clipping and I couldn't save it. And I ended up having to refilm that video. That is the first time that this has ever happened when I've recorded a video. But given it was my fault, I should have triple checked my audio levels, or I probably could have turned on this setting and I would have been able to use the footage anyways. Moving on, let's get into some of my favorite things about this little mic system and why I think it stands out against the competition. The first being that you can use this without a lav mic and that the transmitters are mics themselves. We're going to test this side by side in a bit to see how it sounds, but sometimes mics break or like the cable is broken or something like that. So in a pinch, this could be really useful, or maybe you just don't want to use lav mics in the first place. This is not even my favorite feature. The best part about this whole system is the case it comes with. When you put the whole system in the case, it can charge the whole system, kind of like the same way that your AirPods charge in its case. So it's a charging battery on the go, and when you need to charge the whole system, you can just plug the cable into the carrying safe itself. Love that. Now there is a disadvantage to this because if you are recording for a long time with both mics and they run out of battery, there's no way to charge them without having to put the mics back into the case. But if you're only recording one person, when one of the mics run out of battery, you can switch to the other one and charge the dead one in the case. Speaking of battery life, the transmitters have a runtime of 4.5 hours and the receiver 7.5. The case can charge the whole system 2.5 times, and the whole system itself takes about 2.5 hours to charge in the case. The transmitters only take 1.5 hours to charge and the receiver takes 2 hours. Lastly, the receiver has a clip on it that conveniently fits, most likely by design, into the hot shoe mount of your camera. All right, now that we have covered all the features, let's put these to the test and see how it performs in some different scenarios. To do that, we're going to have to go to here. So the first thing I'm going to test is the range. Now the mic system does claim up to about 100 meters of range. So I'm just gonna ride down the street and I'm gonna continually, talk gibberish until I start cutting out. So see how it goes. Okay, we are testing the mic here. My neighbors are outside having a picnic and his beard is nicer than mine and I'm really jealous of it. So we're just going down the street. Hopefully I'm in the shot. I think I'm in the shot. There's a dog that involves, it'll be, you guys I think will really like, but yeah, it's still kind of in the works, so we'll see. I'll make a more official announcement soon on that. So after rewatching the footage, you could see that it cut down like halfway down the street, and it could have been because it was in my left pocket and I was facing the other way, but I was kind of disappointed in range because yeah, even when I just got a few feet that way, it was starting to cut out. So I'm gonna put it on my shirt right here, and I'm gonna try it one more time, and I'm gonna see how good the range is. And I won't go as far now that I've got an idea of how good the range is, so let's see what happens. Okay, so we're around the corner now. I don't know if it's coming out again. So now we're going down the street, and yeah, I mean, if you missed what I said last time, I was saying that I really like my neighborhood that I moved into because I don't know, like all my neighbors are really cool, and I'm just kind of looking back and trying to make sure that it can still see me. What's crazy is that it's just like clear line of sight. 100 meters is that's pretty far, 300 feet. This will be a good test. I'm gonna probably hold the camera in my hand, but we're gonna test the little dead cat thing next. But yeah. My conclusion to the range test, like I said, I am a little disappointed at the advertised range, and I'm sure you could get up to 300 meters, but as you saw in the test, the way you would probably get that range is having a clear line of sight to the transmitter and receiver. Probably 90% of the time this won't be a problem though for most people using this system, including myself. But if you plan on buying this system, be aware of that limitation. So now what I want to do is I want to do a little A/B test with the mic. I'm not using the lav right now, with just the mic on the transmitter using the windscreen and one without using the windscreen. So this is using without the windscreen. I'm gonna hop on the one wheel and just create some artificial wind. Testing the wind. It's not really windy right now. There we go. Testing the wind. I'm talking maybe, I don't know, maybe you're filming somebody on a boat. Maybe you're filming somebody on the wing of a plane. Like, I don't know what people film. People are crazy these days. And like, you gotta test and make sure that that audio sounds good, even when there's wind. So now we're gonna go back this way because it's even more windy this way. I think the wind is coming this direction. So me riding into the wind, and oh yeah, you can definitely feel that wind. I keep looking out to the right. Okay, so now we are testing it again, but with the little dead cat thingy on the mic system, on the little transmitter. So yeah, maybe, like, I'm trying to think of other things that you'd be moving really fast, but I don't, maybe you're vlogging and you're on your one wheel and you're filming yourself, going on a one wheel and you want to cut down on that wind. Hey, maybe that's one reason to have, to wear this. Man, I keep moving it down from my face. Really bad vlogger right here. Maybe you're sticking your head out the window and you're screaming at, you're screaming at the top of your lungs. I just noticed I was looking at the screen again. I'm not, okay, I don't vlog. I'm probably not gonna be one of those guys that starts vlogging either, okay? I only do camera tech reviews and, give you guys useful information, okay? My conclusion with the little dead cats, 100% a world of difference between the two. It does look a little funny having that on there, but if you aren't trying to hide the mic and it's really windy, you should definitely be using this. For this next test, I wanted to test out the quality of the transmitter mic versus the included lav mic, and also compare it to what I filmed 90% of my videos with on this channel. I currently have two of these Sony UX570 recorders, and I plug in a Deity VLAV mic into it. They're just little recorders, so I can't plug them into my cameras, and I have to sync them in post. But just as a cost comparison to the Lark 150, if you got this setup, it would cost almost the exact same price at $270, and that would be for two recorders, two Deity VLAV mics, and so yeah, let's see how they compare. So I got a little secret for you guys. I've actually been working on a project for quite a while now, and you can get a little sneak peek of that project if you find it in the description. So I got a little secret for you guys. I've actually been working on a project for quite a while now, and you can get a little sneak peek of that project if you find it in the description. So I got a little secret for you guys. I've actually been working on a project for quite a while now, and you can get a little sneak peek of that project if you find it in the description. I was actually extremely surprised at how similar the onboard transmitter mic compares to the included lav mic. You'll definitely want to listen to these with headphones on if you aren't, but they are extremely similar. The lav makes my voice sound much louder, but it seems to pick up the same amount of ambient noise. When you compare the lav to the Deity lav and the Sony recorder, there is quite a big difference. My voice sounds more full and possibly a little more bassy, and I need all the low end I can get when it comes to my voice, and it also does not pick up as much ambient noise. Now, this isn't a comparison video, but I did want to include that comparison just so we can kind of judge the quality of this setup with something else. There are downsides to my current mic setup, but if you aren't an audiophile, the mics that come with the Lark 150 definitely can get the job done and sound pretty good. Now, I would have loved to have put my mics on the transmitter, but my Deity mics actually aren't compatible, and I need a little adapter to use them on it, at least I think. So be aware of that if you plan to use different lav mics with the Lark 150. So what are my final thoughts? And is the Lark 150 for you? Let me tell you why I love this little setup. It is extremely simple to use, comes with pretty much everything you need, and I love the convenience that this system has to offer with the automatic connection between the transmitters and the receiver, plus the ability to charge the entire setup on the go, like in my bag, with the internal battery of the carrying case is pretty freaking awesome. And you can recharge the entire setup by just plugging in the carrying case once that runs out of battery, and it charges, the whole system. For the price, I think that is just the coolest thing when comparing it to the competition. And if you know anything about me, I love convenience and things that are pretty budget friendly. The few things I wish were a little different is, for one, the range being a little less reliant on clear line of sight. For most people, this won't be an issue because this setup I think is for like YouTubers and run and gun videographers that are doing no more than 2 talking head interviews and are staying fairly close to the camera. The one other thing is the light on the transmitters and the receiver being teal and blue. What would be nice is to make these colors maybe like blue and white or any other color, just so it's clear which transmitter you are adjusting on the receiver. And of course, if you're doing a 2-person interview and one of the transmitters die, you're kind of out of luck and you'll have to recharge. But like I mentioned, I think this setup is for people who are doing quicker types of shoots and aren't going to be putting these on a person all day and leaving it on. Besides that, I think that's everything. I just want to say thanks again for Hollyland for sending me the unit and letting me test it out and use it for future projects. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a triple thumbs up. And if you support me and the channel, be sure to check out the links in the description, or you can support me by hitting the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of future uploads. Until the next video though, happy filming.